revival. Terry Heaton wrote, it's called Inner Man, Outer Man. And it was based on scripture, and in the scripture, or in the chorus, it says, I don't want to die, but I got it. So, it doesn't stop either until, where's the total awareness? Where is the enlightenment? And I know you know it. When you know you're not this. When you know I'm just traversing for a while. Just like the wave on the ocean. It's waving. And then it goes, the wave didn't die. It just went into the ocean and became another wave. And that's all you're doing. So she's blending. It's kind of hard to say with her name right now. She's Beckying right now. But it really is, that's the final. And you know what it does? And Bill Harris has made all kinds of sense to me about how to handle this now. See, when I realize I've really been able to become an observer now. When I know this is not me. And you know what observing does to you? Do you know the things that you couldn't let go of naturally drop off? They just naturally go. All your fears will. All your anxiety. Even bad habits. You don't have to stop them when you become the observer and you see from an observing mode. What? I'm doing that? And you think, that doesn't serve me. And it just drops it. And it really does work. When you do this, now have you ever heard of association and disassociation? Have you heard of that before? I learned some real powerful tool that I'm going to give you for changing beliefs and values that I've learned. But I'm not going to tell you that now. I want to finish my thoughts here before I do that. All right. Now, if the system is open, though, the person will allow the current reality to change and evolve to a higher one that includes the new understanding. Because we are creatures that need absolutes, we hope to eventually arrive. And therefore, at some point, because we think we have to arrive, even though people have evolved, they'll still at some point become a closed system. Yep. At some point, even though they're on the... Let me ask you this question. How, and Becky and Dave have been around a long time. I haven't seen you in a while until I gave you that email. But how many people have we seen come and go? See, they'll come to a certain point. That's as far as I want to go, because I don't want to give up any more of my reality, because I like it like this. And they come and go. See? And you know what most people are doing? Even in this genre that we're in, are looking for ways subconsciously to confirm what they already believe. Right, what they think they believe. And they have, even though they won't admit it, they still have certain concepts and belief systems they're never going to let go. Now they may still be in this genre, they may still be going in the, but they really have stopped and they're doing the same thing they've been doing for 5 years. Still believing the same things believed. And that's going to happen. And that's okay. But here's the nice thing about this, though. We don't have to save anybody. We're not saving anyone. That's the other thing. There is no need to do that. They're just having an experience, and they're going to get to put some new clothes on sometime, too. And it's okay for them to have the experience if that's the way they want to have it. But at the same time, if you start living this way to where you are living in a constant peace, you're living in constant health. You're living in just this, you're vibrating at such a level, what do you think they're going to want to do? Yeah. They're going to go, oh my gosh, what is this? And you don't even have to be talking about it. They can just be around you. And they're going to go, yeah. And I have a song like that, don't I? Give me that. You know that song? Hey, give me that. But that's why there really is no toil. There's no trouble. There's nothing to worry about. But you need to think about this. If you're worrying, and if you're having some cognitive dissonance, and if you're having some discomfort, your reality is being challenged. And you're also resisting. You're also thinking about what you don't want. Did you know that? Every time you are in a discomfort mode, you are meditating on what you don't want. The very thing you're not supposed to be doing. All right, let me finish this. I'm almost done. The reason this happens, the reason this is a hopeless endeavor when people close in is because there are no absolutes. There is no correct reality, only chosen one. Did you get that? There is no correct reality. Only chosen one. Every possible reality is merely a choice. And you can have whatever you want. They're all created concepts for experiences only. None of them are permanent. When you realize that you are the conscious energy creating all realities, you can become detached from what you think is real and just enjoy the ride. How far down the rabbit hole you want to go? Alice? How far do you want to go? When you realize that you are not your body, brain, emotions, you're not your past experiences. These are all created concepts that you have made permanent fixtures in your identity. No. And that these are just finite experiences that have a beginning and end. See, you will begin to live in a full conscious awareness. When this happens, the things that don't serve you will naturally fall away. You will let go of them because you know you can, since they're not a permanent part of you. You can just let them go. That's the Sedona method, just let them go. Like I dropped that pen the other day. And that's when you know you're really free. That's when you know you're really free. Let me ask you a question. We're done, but I want to ask you a question. Which would you rather have? World peace or inner peace? Which would you rather have? Let's say you have to make a choice. World peace or inner peace? Inner peace. And what I'm trying to get you to see is, which would you rather have? The perfect partner or pure joy? The perfect house or a sense of security and abundance? You know what our problem is? You know why I'm doing this? What do most people do? That is my security. That is my peace. And this one does not exist without this one. This one exists without this one.
And helps create?
That's exactly right.
That is what does.
It's exactly what creates it. See, and I've got. See, this is another thing you need to realize in life. You want the feeling of abundance. You can have that anytime you want.
Actually, I said that wrong. It doesn't create it.
It allows it.
It's already. It's already there.
Yeah, it's already there. Exactly, because this is the only true, as it said in the. Remember the Master Key System said that this is the only true ideal. Abundance is the ideal. This is lack is an illusion. You can't even have lack unless it's blocking abundance. Just like, can you have darkness? You have to have light to have darkness, don't you? And what causes darkness? Blocking the light. But the darkness can't create itself on its own. Can it? It can't exist by itself. Light can. So light is the true essence of what's real. And that's what you need to see is, all right, you want to experience abundance? Know it here. Don't look for it out there. But how many people in this genre are still judging whether they're abundant or not if they have $1 million in debt? Or, judging by their circumstances. Do you know you can be abundant and still be $100,000 in debt? Oh, yeah. Because that's just a concept. Did you know that? Being in debt is a concept. And you know what? It's neutral. It's how you look at it. Some people look at it as bad. But if you live in abundance, what's debt? See? What is debt to you? It's just a concept. You know what? What's his name? Trump said when he walked back by this bum that was sitting on the street. Have you ever heard this story? He turned to his wife and says, he's worth more than I am. She says, what are you talking about? You got all this.
$1 billion more than you.
Because I'm about $500 million in debt. He's not.
One way of looking at it.
See? So his net worth was more than Trump's. Think about it. So again, what it's back to what we said at the very beginning. How have you defined? How have you defined? See, nothing out here is bad or good. It's how you define it and react to it all the time. So anyway, I'm actually done. That's where I wanted to take you. But I wanted you to see who you were before you were born. And I want you to realize that's who you still are.